So this week, the Great British Baking Show personally came for my wig. That's right, the official Instagram account for the Great British Baking Show read me for filth, and there's a lot I want to do about that. So in one of the most recent episodes of the Great British Baking Show, the contestants had to create what are called flapjacks. Now, as an American, I have only ever known flapjacks to be pancakes. But when they began pulling things out like oats and adding things like fruit, I immediately was confused, and when I saw the finished product, it looked like a granola bar. So my partner Ron made a video on Instagram where we were confused because the flapjacks looked like granola bars, and the Great British Baking Show said, "Oh, not so fast." There seems to be some confusion here. Sure, you guys call pancakes flapjacks, and that's fine, although you clearly use pancake too. Is there a difference? Snarky. But a flapjack here is not a granola bar. We repeat, a flapjack is not a granola bar. Just because it has oats does not make it so. It's soft and buttery and sugary, like a brownie but with the taste of a cookie instead of chocolate. It was a veritable onslaught from the British community on this video, just completely appalled and confused how we could ever call a flapjack a granola bar. So today, I am setting out to make a flapjack to see, is it in fact a granola bar or something entirely different? I have found a recipe for an authentic British flapjack. I have gathered the correct ingredients. I'm gonna add a few little fall twists of my own and then compare the finished product to some American granola bars. And we're gonna see what shakes out. Just please know that I am not a professional baker of any type. I had to find this golden syrup on Amazon because I don't think we can find it easily in the United States. So let's see what happens. So the first thing I had to do was badly cube some salted butter and get that into my saucepan. The next thing was to add some packed brown sugar, followed by golden syrup, which is, again, a very specifically UK ingredient. I then added a little bit of vanilla and got that mixed and melty. Next up, I had to add these quick oats to be the base of our bar, and to make it extra fall-like, I actually decided to add some pumpkin spice and dark chocolate chips, just to give it a holiday flavor. Next, I just flatten it all out in my pan, top it with some extra chocolate chips, and put it in the oven. Okay, so now that I've kind of created my flapjack base, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the oven, and the recipe says that it will take 20 to 30 minutes, and if I want to have a chewier flapjack, I should aim for around the 20 range. So that's what I'm gonna do. Goodbye, flapjacks. See you in 20. So the flapjacks are out of the oven. They are now cooling right here, and while they cool, I'm gonna try out 2 of these American granola bars and just have like a control to taste from. First and foremost, everyone's favorite messy Nature Valley crunchy granola bar. I made a gigantic mess on my countertop as typical with these, but they are very hard, very dry. This is gonna be nice and gooey and warm, so already not a fair comparison. But this granola bar reminds me of school lunches, and as a taste, very crunchy, very oaty, very honey forward, which the flapjacks are made with golden syrup, so that profile will likely be different. But good, it's good. Oh, I gotta clean my countertop off from all the crumbs. So the next thing we'll try are these Belvita soft bake oat and chocolate granola bars. But this is gonna be very soft and cake-like versus I think how I made the flapjacks in the recipe. So very soft, not like crunchy or crumbly like the last one. Also, these remind me of school. A very sharply sweet flavor, kind of reminiscent of something floral. These are good, but I probably still guess the flapjacks will be better. Let's taste these flapjacks. One thing I immediately noticed is that as I pulled them out of the pan, they were a little bit crumbly and like didn't have much structure. I don't know if that's user error because I like did something wrong in the recipe, but these feel like they're gonna fall apart. Okay, so here we have an end piece. Again, it's kind of falling apart. I'd probably be eliminated on the TV show if I was on there, but let's give it a taste. These are really good. There's a lot more richness to this. It could be because of that golden syrup and the butter that I used. I'm really glad that I added some of that pumpkin spice and chocolate chips. I think it also creates a lot of depth of this flavor. If this was served before school or after school, I'd be very happy. I'm interested to see how these taste when they cool off, but otherwise, I can see how this is more like an oat cookie rather than something like an American granola bar. So there you have it. I'm eating my own words, literally. I certainly see how these are different than granola bars. They're delicious. I'm excited to eat these all week and have the people I love also eat them and tell them, no, they're not granola bars.